I have like an extreme fear of dentists. I didn't even realize that I was afraid of the dentist because I used to go all the time when I was younger, but I just became afraid after a few not so great experiences, and that actually gave me an idea to do this specific live, because a lot of things are going to be happening in people's emotional evolution that I can use myself as an example. Come here, Perry. So basically, I don't have the card, but I was pulling cards for the collective yesterday. And hi, Perry. Hello. Come on. I was pulling cards for the collective yesterday, and I was getting, I don't remember the particular card that I received, but it was related to the solar plexus chakra. And it was about a person not being themselves, like not being who they really are. And that the personality that they have right now, it's basically a mask. That was, oh gosh, look at this cat just looking up at me. That it was basically a mask, and that if a person does some inner child healing, some shadow work or whatever, they will be able to overcome this mask that they have, to be their true selves, right? And it got me thinking. So if you are subscribed to my newsletter, you will see for the past 2 months that I've been talking about Chiron going retrograde. And for those of you who don't know, Chiron is basically the wounded healer. It's an asteroid, but it's an asteroid that's big enough to be considered a planet kind of in astrology, where basically people, so it's retrograde. So people are basically going to be going over wounds, right? Wounds that they thought that they had already healed from, but they're coming back big time over the next 5 to 6 months, right? And when I was in that dentist chair, like I was just freaking out, guys. Like y'all would not recognize me as your reader, how much I was freaking out, okay? Like I'm just in the chair like, no, give me more Novocaine. No. So, I mean, and even like the act of flossing, because I broke my tooth flossing. So now like I'm so afraid of like flossing. I'm afraid of like brushing my teeth too hard. I'm afraid of chewing down on nuts. Like I'm like all this old fear of dentistry just popped up for me. And it just got me thinking that, okay, so like this is something that's like 10 years old. And I thought that I was done with it, and it's come back, and I'm feeling like all this anxiety, and I'm telling you guys, I was freaking out. I was just like, oh, I need a root canal. Oh my God, I don't know if I just pulled the teeth. So like all this stuff was just coming up, and I'm just like, yo, I mean, obviously there's a real world explanation for why I'm so afraid, right? But at the same time, it's just like, oh, this is Chiron at work. This is Chiron at work. And I'm still low-key freaking out because I just got started. I've only been on here for 5 minutes. So I broke 2 teeth. One of them, it was so big that they couldn't just fill it. They had to do an inlay onlay. So I had to drill into my teeth. I had to get a temporary filling, had to get all the mold done and everything. And then they put it on and they basically glued it on, right? So like I'm freaking out, and they had to numb me so much because it's close to a nerve. So they're afraid that, maybe, something happened to it. Maybe you're going to need root canal at a later date, which I don't want to fucking do that. Like I really don't want to do that. But it is what it is. And it's been almost a week now. No, it's been almost 2 weeks now. So it's been like a week and a half, and I'm still feeling some like twinge of pain here. So I'm just like, did you really solve it, guys? Did you really solve it? But we'll just have to see. But it just made me think of Chiron going retrograde, how we're all going to have to be dealing with these fears that we thought we were over with, or maybe even like childhood fears, like going to the dentist. A lot of people don't like going to the dentist, but going to the dentist, or like a fear of swimming, or a fear of abandonment that's going to be activated for many people. So we're all basically going to have to start dealing with this, right? I hate root canals because one feel just I told them just yank it out as well. And they were looking at me so offended. They're just like, but you have really healthy teeth. And I'm just like, if it's going to be causing me all these problems where I just paid you guys hundreds of euro and it's still not fucking fixed, just yank it out. It's $50, yank it out. And it's like a tooth that's way in the back. Like I don't need it. Okay. Like I have other teeth. I don't need it. So yeah, and now that I'm telling them that I'm having issues with it that I did not have before I came to you people, there's like, oh, we may need to do a root canal, and if that doesn't work, we'll just have to take the tooth out. And so it's just like, well, you could have just taken the tooth out when I asked you to. You could have just done that. But you know what? What's done is done. What's done is done. It's done. What's done is done. But anyway, so it brought me to this idea that Chiron has been retrograde for like a month or something like that. And it's basically dealing with wounds, right? And a lot of it is childhood wounds. Like I mentioned earlier, I was pulling cards for the collective yesterday in preparation for the full moon, because I know that I can't like do hours of reading because like my mouth still feels weird. But I was getting childhood wounds, healing childhood wounds. So what I wanted to do, because there's an eclipse, like it was either yesterday or it's today, I don't know, because I use a Japanese planner and it's a day ahead. So I think it could be today. What I wanted to do is to do like a mini shadow work reading for people, to see, like what's going to be activated in a general sense. Like obviously I can't do shadow work readings for like everyone who's going to watch this video, right? But to do a general shadow work reading, Chiron reading, what are you guys going to be working on? What's going to be activated? I think for a lot of people, it's going to be abandonment issues. And then, you know, just pull a couple cards based off that, because it's starting, the major eclipse season is starting this month. Oh, look, believe in your good luck. Believe in your good luck. And clear your mind. All right. Eclipse season. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me pull 4 more. Diddy? What? Diddy? Where did that come from? I'm done reading on Diddy. Do not, he's like Candyman. Don't say his name. Okay. Energy of romance. Interesting. Okay. So this is more or less pretty good. There's definitely some advice here. So the first thing I asked was about your love life. Your love life for the next month. So essentially what this is saying, I feel like this is for people who are maybe in no contact situations, or maybe yeah, you're either in no contact situations, or this could be like an ex or something to that effect. But this feels like if you want something done and if you want something done, if you want movement, if you want something to happen in your love life, they're telling you you need to be the one to take action. You need to be the one to take action. And this is especially true for people who prefer for others to come to them. They're basically saying no. Like if you want this person in your life, if you want this person to be around you, if you want to be in this relationship, if you want to repair this relationship, whatever it is, what they're basically saying is you're going to have to be the one to step out of your box and approach this person. Do not let your pride get in the way. If you're the type of person who prefers to be chased, who prefers for people to initiate things, Spirit is saying it's not going to happen. Like it's not going to happen the way that you want it to happen. 1 and 2, that the types of people who would initiate with you, they're not the types that you would actually like. So they're basically telling you that you're going to have to be the one to go out there, to put yourself out there when it comes to your love life, basically. Finances is interesting. They're telling you be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for what you have. So it's possible that for the coming month, you may just have enough, you know, you may just have enough. Yeah, you may just have enough. Like some of you may want to win the lottery. Some of you may want to make a lot of money off of crypto or whatever, or you want the interest rates to go up to like an enormous amount. And Spirit is just saying, listen, you're going to have what you have this month. Okay. Like, come on, give us a break. Right. So that could be here. And they're also saying that you could be a little bit more generous with your time. Usually I see this when people didn't call me about the lotto. Usually I see this when people have the capacity to do something for someone for free or to volunteer their time. And usually they wouldn't because they're more business minded, but Spirit is kind of saying, you know what, just give one person a break, like say for instance, I'm trying to think of something like here, I don't know, like if you own a grocery store or a gas station or something like that, or you have some kind of business or whatever, and someone comes to ask you for a favor, and your answer is usually no. They're saying that, you could change a person's life. You could positively affect their day, which has a chain effect on the next few months for them by just giving them the freebie, by just giving them the freebie. So that's there for finances. For your career, this is interesting. So some of you guys may be afraid of being fired. They're telling you you're okay. You're okay. They want you to pay attention to the signs. They want you to, if you're thinking about making a career change, to start putting your feelers out there, to start looking around. But they also want you to know that your job, and again, this is collective, it's not for individual people, but they're saying just in general, it's okay. It's okay. They're kind of telling you don't put fear into that. I actually had a reading with a few clients recently, actually, who are in this bracket, and their guides are being very clear with them. The more fear you put into this, the more you actually feed that potential of happening, of bringing that potential to fruition. So obviously don't just ignore, like if you're putting on a PIP or whatever, don't ignore that, obviously, because that's usually the beginning of the end. But what they're saying is don't focus on the fear. Feel that you are safe while you look for other jobs or look for other opportunities. So this doesn't feel like a huge movement. It feels more like put your feelers out there, look at what's happening, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And finally, for your social life, this was interesting, I felt, because I rarely get this card. But it's saying your commitment is being tested. So you could be having some issues with friends. And this isn't always just friends. This could be, like family members saying, well, we hardly see you. What's going on? I don't know. No. So you could have some people in your lives who are feeling a little bit neglected or a little bit salty that maybe someone else is getting your attention or something else is getting your attention. But essentially what Spirit is saying is that you need to find a balance in your social life, basically. And again, this could be your friends, it could be family members, it could be coworkers, it could be anything like that. It could be your hobbies that you have. Like for instance, I've been spending a lot of time playing video games since I got this PSP. Like, listen, it's literally right here. Oh, is that a spot on it? No, it's not a spot. So they're saying, if you have a hobby that's taking a little bit too much of your time, find a balance. If your work is taking too much of your time, away from your friends and family, find a balance. So basically just find a balance, right? And to make sure that you are meeting your commitments before you start spending so much time on hobbies, basically. That's something for me because there are things that I want to do on my website that I should be paying attention to. Okay, so that's the general stuff. Now I'm going to look into like advice that, see, again, I feel like people are going to be dealing with abandonment issues coming soon. Okay, let's look at this Chiron energy. Like I said earlier, it's the wounded healer and it's going retrograde. So you guys are going to be revisiting old issues or issues that you thought were dead and buried. You're going to be revisiting. So let's get to this Chiron in retrograde energy. This is Chiron in retrograde energy. A lot of it feels like it's romance related. and how you behave in romance. Oh wow, abandonment issues. That's what I've been seeing. That's what I've been seeing this entire live so far. I don't know how long I've been on here, but they're essentially saying that you guys are going to be in general, you guys are going to be dealing with abandonment issues. Now again, usually abandonment issues, this starts in childhood. Like sometimes maybe you have a parent who wasn't there. You know, they could have been a deadbeat. They could have passed on. You know, when you're a child, whether someone is a deadbeat or they just passed on, it doesn't really make a difference. It still hits you in a very similar fashion. This could be old relationship hurts. This could be, you know, parents, maybe they were there physically, but they weren't there emotionally, spiritually. So I feel like a lot of you are going to be dealing with abandonment issues. Many of you also are going to be dealing with work issues, like feeling disappointed with your jobs, feeling like you're not being emotionally fulfilled, or feeling as if like does this job actually contribute anything to society? Do I feel happy with this? Is this actually my calling? I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be dealing with like self-worth issues. That's part of abandonment. But also like how much do you actually get from your jobs? Many of you are going to be dealing with job stuff, like looking for positions that make sense to you, that feed your soul while also feeding other people as well. It's like you're looking for meaning within your profession. So I've actually noticed this. A lot of you guys have been purchasing the life purpose reading. So I think a lot of you are going to be dealing with this. And also trying to find ways to regain your confidence. I think a lot of you are going to be working on your solar plexus and your sacral chakras. Solar plexus and sacral chakras. Oh, I keep biting my tongue. Oh my gosh. Is there anything else to say about shadow work in general the collective will be dealing with for the next 5 to 6 months? Coming out of your shell. Coming out of your shell. Ooh, yikes, 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 yikes. Many of you, oh, I'm actually feeling this with some of the men who are watching. Hold on. I keep biting my tongue. I'm actually seeing this more with with the men who are watching. Many of you are going to be coming out of your shell. A lot of you, let me show you these cards. These cards are quite harsh, which is why I only use them for shadow work stuff. They're quite harsh, guys. They're very harsh. I use this for shadow work and the life purpose reading. Thankfully, no one has actually gotten this. But this is telling me that some of you, this Chiron retrograde period is going to be a bit harsh. Especially if you guys are dealing with feelings of abandonment and like not having confidence, like your confidence has been decreased or beaten down over the years. So some of you are going to be very worried, very scared, very stuck within yourselves, overthinking, incredibly indecisive, and feeling like there's a heavy burden on you. Like it also feels like some of you, it's like, quote unquote, nothing is really happening in your lives. Nothing is really changing, but there's still this feeling of impending doom for some of you guys. This is you dealing with negative self-talk. I tell people to try to meditate all the time, because when you meditate, when you slow down your mind, you're able to hear your thoughts and you're able to pick them out individually and be like, oh, why am I thinking this about myself? Some of you guys have a lot of negative self-talk that's going on in the back of your mind that you don't even realize that you're listening to, right? And then others of you're feeling as if I'm in an impossible situation. I can't move, I can't escape. And even if I try to move, I feel like I'm going to make the wrong choice. I'm going to be destroyed. Everything else is going. So like a lot of you are going through some negative self-talk through this Chiron retrograde period. But the good news is that it does feel like eventually, like you guys will get up. No, you cannot ask a question. that you guys will get out of this. It's going to take work. It is going to take work. You're going to have to be self-motivated to move out of this. Like, it's basically 9 and 8 of Swords energy. It's going to take work. It's not just going to happen just by meditating. Meditating is part of it, or like slowing down your mind is part of it, but you're going to have to actively notice this negative self-talk and counteract it with positive affirmations. Let me look at some of these positive affirmations. And this is mental. It's mental. This doesn't feel like something that's happening to you. It actually feels like for a lot of you, nothing's really happening. And then you kind of get paranoid, like, well, why isn't anything happening? When is the next shoe going to drop? So some of you have a lot of negative self-talk, guys. What's a positive affirmation they can tell themselves to help them out of this? Ooh. Oh, that's a good one. One more. These are good. Okay. So I am magnetic to what I want. I repel what I do not want. So again, I feel that some of you, especially with regards to career, some of you kind of jump to the worst conclusion. And some of you can kind of make that worst conclusion happen. So repeat this to yourself. I'm going to post this later on. Repeat this to yourself when you start to notice that you have this negative self-talk going on, right? And the other is, I will persist. My will is strong. My will is strong. This is going to help you to rebuild your confidence. It's going to help you to rebuild your confidence. Is there another one? And I'm definitely going to post this later on. I'll keep these cards out to remind myself to post it probably tomorrow. I will edit this video probably tomorrow and put it on YouTube so more people can see it. Anything else? I accept and create more flow and pleasure in my life. Yeah, I think, not that I think, I know that many of you are going through it right now. And this Chiron retrograde, it feels like it's just going to amp up the emotional aspect of these changes. So like some of you are like going to be a blubbering mess, to be honest. And I think Spirit just wants you to know that that's part of the process. It's part of the process. So yeah, okay. Let's see. Is there anything positive you want to say? Anything positive you want to say? Anything positive you want to say to help them? Reveal what needs to be seen. Okay. That deals with fear. Oh gosh, my goodness. Oh, no. Okay, so first thing I got is reveal what needs to be seen. Second thing I got was talk less, feel more. Usually I get this for people who are talking about their future plans too much and they need to stop, because just stop. Do it. Don't give people a heads up on what you're doing. Just do it, right? And the other thing they gave you guys, like this would annoy me to no end. They said, lighten up. Lighten up, people. Lighten up. All right, easier said than done. And the Chiron retrograde, I think it's gonna last for like at least 4 months. At least 4 months. I'm not an astrologer, so see an astrologer, or go to an astrology page. But I had a big voice telling me that I need to talk about childhood wounds, abandonment, and fear. That's dealing with this Chiron. And related to my dentist story. It's definitely at least 4 months. Actually, where's my iPad? Oh, I threw it over there. Well, I can't look it up, but it's at least 4 months. It's definitely at least 4 months. Yeah, so anyway, like my guys were telling me that I need to talk about this, and I figured that since it's the full moon and the eclipse, now's the perfect time. All right, guys. So if you have any more questions about that, I definitely have the shadow work reading, the life purpose reading, the general question reading, whatever reading, like it's available. The 30 minutes, 1 hour reading, it's available if you want to talk about some stuff. Probably this weekend, I'm going to dedicate some time to Taylor Swift. I think I also want to talk about Megan Thee Stallion and her man as well. So I think I want it to be like a double couple feature. But again, I need to be careful about how much I speak because like I said, this mouth situation, I'm like biting my tongue because yeah, I'm biting my tongue. So I will probably see you guys this Saturday. Hopefully things are better with my mouth. Like I have to work, but hopefully things are better with my mouth. And like I said, I will post this to YouTube tomorrow so that people see it. No, I don't take pain medication, especially when I have to evaluate how much pain I'm in, because like how are you supposed to tell them how bad it is if you're not actually feeling all of it? It's not super painful. It's just like little pulsating, or it feels more like pressure. So yeah. But it's more like they made changes to my teeth and I just need to get used to it. Cause I'm like biting the back of my tongue where they made the changes to the back teeth, basically. Anyway, so get your readings on www.tarotbymocha.com. Like, see, even that feels kind of like weird to say it. Like it feels weird. So I just have to get used to it. Get your readings at www.tarotbymocha.com. A lot of people are really into the inner witch reading, and I'm very happy about that because I love that reading. I love the psychic reading as well. I mean, a lot of people who get readings from me, you guys have your own gifts. And I like to see it. I like to see you guys being curious about it. And asking questions about, you know, what can you do? What can you do for yourself? Because like I am a tarot reader, I do love repeat clients. But I love repeat clients who start doing things for themselves even more, because that's my job on earth, is to guide people to help themselves. So I really appreciate it when you guys get the self-help readings. Like it makes my day. So anyway, get your readings, www.tarotbymocha.com. I will see you guys this weekend to talk about Taylor Swift. Hopefully my tooth situation is better. I'm going to get some follow-up questions on that reading. Oh, okay. Hopefully I have hot water. Hopefully, you know, I don't need a root canal, because if I need a root canal, they're taking the fucking tooth out. Okay. And sorry for the F-bombs. I'm going to get better with cursing. And I will see you guys later. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this reading and want something more personal, I offer private tarot readings tailored just for you. Whether you're curious about your love life, your career path, spiritual and personal growth, or if you are seeking clarity on a specific situation, there's a reading to support you. I also specialize in celebrity readings, providing intuitive and respectful insights on your favorite celebs and how their energy may connect with yours. Most of my readings are written, but I also offer live readings for 30 minutes, 1 hour, or more. And if you need answers fast, I offer same day and next day delivery options for quick clarity right away. You can find me on Etsy, on my website www.tarotbymocha, or click the link in the description box below. Until next time, trust your intuition and take care.